Welcome to What's Good Wednesday here on Radio Chesapeake. I'm your host, Jamie Dingler. This is the season of thanks, so before we dive into this week's wonderful nonprofit news, I want to take a moment to thank the folks here at Radio Chesapeake for giving this show a new home. Thank you to all of the nonprofits who send in their wins each week so we can celebrate them as a community. And of course, thank you for tuning in. I hope that each week as you listen, you'll pay close attention to your heart. You may just hear about an organization that makes it flutter a little faster. That's its way of telling you to go out and get involved. And I hope you'll heed that call, as all of the organizations you'll hear about today depend on our support to make our lives and those of our neighbors better every day. I'm absolutely overflowing with amazing news today, so let's jump right in. I had the pleasure of attending the APG Best of the Best Chesapeake Awards last week. Among the winners were several nonprofit organizations voted the best in their fields by our community. Winning organizations included For All Seasons for Best Mental Health Agency, Abby Horney of the Canera Foundation for Best Speech Therapist, the Avalon Theater for Best Concert Venue and Best Live Theater, the Academy Art Museum for Best Art Gallery, the Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum for Best Museum, the Waterfowl Festival for Best Tourist or Seasonal Attraction, Critchlow Atkins Children's Centers for Best Childcare and Best Preschool, Saints Peter and Paul School for Best Private School, Benedictine School for Best Training Program, and Talbot Hospice for Best Nonprofit. Congratulations to all of the winners. Each one was well-deserved. Speaking of congratulations, let's give the Edge Foundation in Stevensville a big round of applause for being recognized by the Baltimore Ravens Honor Rose program. Honor Rose recognizes youth groups making exceptional contributions to their communities. Honorees are chosen by a panel of youth service leaders with support from the Baltimore Ravens, the Governor's Office on Service and Volunteerism, and M&T Bank staff. A group of 50 students and volunteers attended the Ravens vs. Bears game on October 26th. Upon arrival, they gathered at the Honors Rose tent, received their tickets and a t-shirt, and then enjoyed VIP field access where they got to meet the players during warm-ups. The Edge was presented with the Governor's Citation for the state of Maryland, and the group was featured on the Jumbotron during the second quarter. What an incredible honor and an unforgettable experience for the kids. Before we move on to our next organization, The Edge also asked me to shout out their free Bounce Into Winter event on November 29th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. In partnership with Shore Party Rentals, they'll be filling the arena with bounce houses for family-friendly fun. To learn more, head over to theedge360.net/activities. Let's keep the celebrations going with a big shout out to Eastern Shore Land Conservancy. Eastern Shore Land Conservancy conserves, stewards, and advocates for the unique rural landscape of Maryland's Eastern Shore, forever a special place of diverse and abundant natural resources and thriving rural communities. They are getting ready to celebrate their 35th anniversary this year. In 35 years, they have had an incredible impact on our local environment. Altogether, they have conserved 67,628 acres of land and have protected 8,058 acres of wetland and 29,719 acres of farmland. This is an incredible legacy. Happy anniversary, Eastern Shore Land Conservancy, and here's to 35 more and beyond. If you'd like to learn more about the Eastern Shore Land Conservancy, visit eslc.org. We now turn our thoughts from the land to those who live upon it. We're coming to the end of Hunger and Homelessness Awareness Month, and this month coincided with a significant increase in neighbors needing assistance with food and shelter. At Kent School in Chestertown, students, families, and employees joined together in an act of community compassion with a food drive benefiting area food pantries and the Kent County Food Pantries Backpack Program. The drive culminated on World Kindness Day, Thursday, November 13th, celebrating the spirit of giving and service to others. In all, over 95 bags were packed for the backpack program, and over 250 pounds of food went to the food pantry, serving over 50 families. Kent School's food drive was part of the school's broader commitment to community engagement and character education, including an Empty Bowls benefit on November 14th. Each student crafted a ceramic bowl, which was offered for sale to benefit the Kent County Food Pantry. What a wonderful way to teach students to give back to the community. Haven Ministries in Queen Anne's County hosted an emergency food distribution on November 20th, and with the help of dozens of volunteers, thanks to another wonderful local nonprofit, Tides of Grace, they were able to provide food to 115 households, totaling 425 individuals in just 2 hours. The neighbors stayed in their cars while personal shoppers helped them select the foods they wanted. Thanks to a grant from the Maryland Food Bank, they were able to provide Eastern Shore residents with fresh produce, milk, eggs, shelf-stable items, and meats. It was a great day and a great example of the power of community and working together. And speaking of community, just a little hey there to my neighbors at Four Seasons in Chester who participated in a food drive for Haven Ministries this month, donating nearly 5,000 pounds of food to be distributed to local families and individuals. On that note, let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back to What's Good Wednesday. Let's travel to Hurlock and meet a new organization called the Anchor Initiative. Their mission is to empower individuals with disabilities across Maryland's Eastern Shore to live their fullest, most meaningful lives. Through access to resources, education, advocacy, public events, and community support, Anchor helps break down barriers and open doors to independence, inclusion, and hope. The organization's name is an acronym standing for A. Access to resources and care, N. Navigation through systems and services, C. Community built on inclusion and dignity, H. Hope for every individual and family, O. Opportunity for growth, independence, and success, and R. Resilience through support, education, and empowerment. The Anchor Initiative operates with 4 committees, each focused on a specific area of service while working together to ensure a coordinated, impactful approach. Their Resource and Peer Relations Committee identifies, compiles, and connects individuals with disabilities and their caregivers to essential supports that improve quality of life, independence, and long-term stability. The Education and Employment Committee equips participants with knowledge, skills, and opportunities necessary for inclusion, independence, and economic participation. The Advocacy and Awareness Committee makes sure clients understand their rights, stay informed about disability-related policy changes, and can confidently advocate for themselves and others. Finally, the Public Outreach and Fundraising Committee helps to grow awareness of the organization's mission, engages the public, and secures the financial resources necessary to sustain expanded programs. Learn more about the Anchor Initiative and how to get involved at anchorinitiative.org. Talisman Therapeutic Riding has 2 fun events coming up. Talisman believes in the transformative healing power of horses and our natural environment. They serve, empower all, and lead by example with compassion, dignity, and inclusivity. They offer a variety of programs to create therapeutic opportunities while providing exposure to an environment of well-being and learning. On December 5th, it's their Sleigh Bell celebration at the Hyatt Place, Kent Narrows and Marina. Learn more about this festive fundraiser by calling 443-239-9400. A couple days later, on December 7th, join them for a free holiday open house at the farm, 172 Blue Ribbon Lane in Graysonville. Take a tour of their state-of-the-art facilities, get photos with the Talisman horses, and visit with Santa. There'll be reindeer games, holiday refreshments, crafts, and more. Speaking of upcoming events, tomorrow is Thanksgiving, and of course everyone knows about Black Friday, Shop Small Saturday, and Cyber Monday. But did you know that the Tuesday after Thanksgiving is known all over the world as Giving Tuesday? This is a day to celebrate and support our nonprofit community. The Midshore Community Foundation is hosting its third annual Midshore Gives event, a 24-hour give-a-thon on Tuesday, December 2nd from midnight through 11:59 p.m. Visit midshoregives.org to donate to dozens of local organizations. You can even set up your own 24-hour fundraiser for your favorite nonprofit or donate at certain times of the day to potentially help your organization of choice win extra donations. Again, that's midshoregives.org. That wraps it up for What's Good Wednesday this week. If your local nonprofit has amazing news to share, please send it my way at wednesday@bewhatsgood.com so that I can let the community know about the wonderful work you do. Thank you for spending a few moments of your Wednesday with me. I wish you all a happy Thanksgiving and a restful and joyful holiday weekend. After you've stuffed your bellies, shopped till you've dropped, and supported our nonprofit community, join me back here next Wednesday for more of What's Good in the World.